with Marty!
Oh, what I got, you gotta get it, put it in you.
I'm not gay.
Give it. Nah, man, I'm out of gas.
Oh shit. Hey, Radical. Yeah. Welcome. You made it to another episode of the Party with Marty, hypothetically the best talk show ever. Hold on. I'm off air for like 1 second because I gotta fix something. There it is. And now, I'm gonna do that intro over. Nah, it'd be all right. We're going to be have time constraints put on us tonight, so we're going to be going 100 miles an hour trying to get everything in that we want. Seems like some people on their shows went over too long and put YouTube in a bunch, so we're gonna speed through this. First of all, I'd like to apologize about last week because I had gum in my mouth trying to hide what I'm trying to hide right now, where the bottom teeth got busted out, and man, I was chewing that gum. Like, man, they're going to think I've been doing cocaine or some shit. Our sponsors, don't forget, and also our moderator, but we call her Addie. Her name is Addie, Radical Addie. K-pop crazy, spelled with a K, crazy.com. Is that right? Oh, let me bring in my co-host. I need help. The hypothetically best co-host in the world ever, Greek Savage.
What's up, Marty? How you doing, buddy?
Well, I was doing good today.
Till today, right? Today you woke up and it
started once I woke up. It was a gat day.
Came to the realization that it's going to be a gat day.
It hasn't stopped, but it's okay. We're dealing with it. We're used to this.
Yeah.
A radical Addie with her kpopcrazy.com. Is that right? That's why I needed you in here. Like, I get half the stuff wrong.
All those links are in the description of this video at the bottom of the page, too.
Oh, really cool. There we go.
Yeah.
So you can make stuff like this, any kind of tumbler you want, any kind of t-shirt you want made. What else do you make? Flags, any kind of little bracelets, trinkets.
Check out the website. She's got a big variety of merch.
Yeah, it's all on the website. She can make anything for you, and it would cost you a fraction of what others. And if you're hurting and your brain ain't feeling right, you get some RVD, CBD oil, or is it CD, whatever. Y'all figure it out. Go to the website.
The RVD 420 oil.
That figures. And you can put some of this on your head. If your brain ain't working right, it'll start. 420 will start right in. What else? We got Savage's got. What do you got now?
Oh, this is the Japanese wrestling experience. So, I mean, we're talking about.
No, don't you got a show or something coming up?
Oh, my show? Wait,
yeah.
What show? I got a lot of shows coming up, actually. This end of the month is going to be crazy.
Name the ones between now and next week. We'll hit the others next week.
Well, tonight we're doing the AEW weekly updates where we watch Dynamite and, let everybody know everything that happened on AEW the entire week. Yesterday we did the WWE weekly update. And then Thursday, the Savage Storm Super Wrestling Show where we update everybody on the whole week of wrestling in under an hour.
Okay, we got that in now. Good. Yes, sir. Let's get the show going because our mystery guest, well, he's sitting there chomping a bit. Probably like, hurry up, man.
I'm wondering who this mystery guest is. I don't have a clue yet.
Well, nobody does. I mean, I barely do.
It's top secret.
But so it's going to go, top secret. We're going to go right into the whole Japan wrestling experience. Going to use some of my experiences. I'm going to tell you about the first time there and wean on down to having our guest tell some of his experience because he's from there, raised there, born and raised there. And let's see what else. And I don't do cocaine anymore. So I just sniffle. Oh, I found out update. I think I may have said last week while I was chomping away at the gum. We did a rash test. We did check the heart with EKG, did chest X-rays. I don't know what that was for. The ankles got X-rayed, and the left one's coming apart again, but that's not to worry about now. Everything is good except when they did the CAT scan, checking on my brain to see if the CTE was acting up real bad or if, how it's looking. They said I had a sinus. What was it? Sinus infection. And that was because I was bouncing off the walls and I wasn't even drinking. I haven't drank in a while now. But they said that would have been the equilibrium it's thrown off, so that would explain it. Now, I would have fell a couple of times if the wall wouldn't have caught me walking down the hallway. I'd be like a ping pong ball bouncing. I'm like, what the hell's going on? But, and I thought it was a CTE crap because it does that. And it was, no, that was it. So kind of a good report. I think the sepsis is way down low. We might even have it. We'll find out this week. But now I got to go through the whole dentist thing, get the bottom bridge fixed up.
It never ends.
What's that?
It never ends. There's always something.
It's going to be something. It's 100 high hurdle race in life. You just because you cleared one hurdle, there's still a bunch more coming. And you can't look back at the one you knocked down, or you knock down the one in front of you. So anyway. The Japan experience. In 1985, I started in 1984, which is like, I know that makes me a dinosaur, and you can see it on my face. Look how many years would be taken away by.
First of all, dinosaurs are beautiful creatures.
Thank you. I'm a beautiful creature. But so in 1984, April 5th of 1984 was my first day in the territory. I got trained before that, of course. In a couple of prelim matches around Mid-South for Joe Watson and a couple of local ones in Georgia that were, there was more wrestlers than fans there. But, shirt's baggy. Everything's wrong. But, so anyway, my rookie year, evidently, I did pretty good. By 6 months in, I was already a tag team champion there. And by right at the 1 year mark, I was a Central States champion and tag champion. And eventually I became all three of the belts. So they had a television title match. I had all three belts. And I was new to the business. I didn't know that. Like, that's stupid. We use the belts to get people over. I got them all. It worked because I got over big time in Kansas City. So much so that Harley Race came up. If y'all don't know who Harley Race is, I think we got a picture somewhere.
Yes. Yeah, we got one picture that you showed me. I'm looking for it right now.
It's right here. To the right. That would be him and to the right. He's a legend in his business. He was like, he used to say 7 times real world champion, not that fake Hollywood shit over there in New York. He'd always say that on his interviews, 7 times real world champion. But, because he was old school, he took it the old school way, hardcore way. To give you a quick example, because I got to keep this moving. Hang on, Mr. Guest. We'll be at you in a minute. One time Harley Race was, he had a strap match. And with this guy was Sheik Abdullah. And, a strap where each of them got the wrist and they whapped each other around during the match.
As real as it gets.
Yeah. Well, when I went to, I got through my match, and my match was right for us. I was coming out of the shower. He went in, and I heard this, and I'm like, "What the fuck's he doing in there?" And I took a peek around and said, "Harley, you okay?" He was sitting there taking a belt, whapping himself. And I'm like, "What are you doing? Are you okay?" And he's like, "I just had a strap match. How am I going to go home with no marks on my back?" So I was like, I already was in love with him anyway, not sexually. I was in love with him anyway. And he liked my style, I guess, because I learned by old school guys, and so I kept the old school feature in there. So he came to me and said, "Would you like to go to Japan with me?" I'm like, "What? We want to do carry your bags?" And he said, "No, you're going to wrestle, but you're welcome to carry my bags if you want to." And yeah, it's like, well, hell yeah, I'd like to go. He says, "You will be the first rookie ever to go to Japan from America."
Wow.
And I was like, "Do you think I'm ready?" He goes, "I wouldn't ask you if I didn't think you were." Made me feel good, right? So yeah, we went on over to Japan, and you talk about a different world. I mean, soon as I got there, it starts. The people were so polite, so respectful. They were waiting at the airport for us. They were waiting. They followed us to where we went. And first thing you did is go stop off and do a media op, interviews, pictures, all that stuff. And they're so respectful, though. I mean, here you got to fight your way through them. They let you go through and taking pictures and bowing at you. And I'm like, "God, these are the nicest people in the world. I wish Americans could be this nice." But and then did the little interview, and I was feeling good. Like I was had to acclimate to the the different culture, because I didn't want to be doing dumb shit, giving them a bad impression of me. And so, hang on, Mister Gets almost there. They I lost what I was saying now, but I know what it was. I was noticing on the way to the first show that it was, you could see in the streets it was different. Tokyo, the sidewalks are packed, not even just at 5 o'clock and 9 o'clock, pretty much all day. And I'm on the bus and I see this beautiful blonde-haired, well-built girl walking down the sidewalk. And I'm like beating on the window trying to get her to look. And I started noticing, ain't none of the Japanese guys even turned their head to look at her. I mean, they're not like that. I mean, for the most part, I'm sure there's some of our mystery guests out there, which him and I are a lot alike in that. But so then I was like, God, I got to learn the culture real fast, because there I was screwing up already, beating on the window trying to get the girl's attention, and she's walking right down in front of hundreds of people, and they're not a single one turned back to look at her or looked at her. Did a double take. Just another day. Yeah. So I thought, wow, let me hurry up. We get there to the show, and the first match there in Japan. I get off I'm getting off the bus. We're getting off the bus, and I got the camera ready so I can take pictures and stuff. I have the picture. I just couldn't find it in time for the show, where I'm taking a picture out of them, and there's 900, all black hair, dark complected, with cameras flashing. We're taking pictures of each other, taking pictures, and that was a little different. It was nice. And like I said, they don't hound you and grab you and all that crap, or they didn't then. And so I got the first match, and I'm watching. I'm doing my match, and then I come back and I'm watching. I think I was on first, and they did give a little ceremony for me for, I guess, that rookie thing, first year or rookie season to be called over from America. But so I'm trying to hurry up and learn so I don't let nobody down. And I watched Harley's match. There was a guy there named Tiger Jet Singh. He carried a sword with him. Stan Hansen came a little later with a bell, with a rope and a cowbell. They would whack the guys on the way to the ring and go through the seats. Instead of up the aisle, they'd go through the seats, shoving them, throwing the chairs at the guy. And it was part in the Red Sea. Everybody would get the hell out of the way. And as our mystery guest can tell you, in Japan, to get hit with that sword or the cowbell rope or just hardly hitting you with a chair, whereas here it's instant lawsuit. There they take it as an honor that they got hit by the superstar, wrestler. I guess the mystery guest can explain that better. But anyway, so I saw Harley do it. I mean, Harley didn't have a rope or anything. He just went through the middle and throw chairs, and he grabbed somebody by the hair and shoved them down. And I thought, this is great. I'm gonna do it. Let me ask Harley if I can do it tomorrow. So I'll go up to Harley at the end of the night, or next day. I told him at the next match, I said, Harley, I saw everybody, you and Tiger Jet Scene go up the middle of the seats. You know, everybody scooting and hollering. Can I do that too? Or do you have to be a superstar? Harley don't laugh or smile a lot. He goes, go ahead, kid. So I was like, yes, this is going to work. We'll get over here quick because I can play hardball. So my match comes up. I'm heading to the middle of the seats. For Harley and Tiger Jet Scene, they were already jumping up, ready to remote. They're not getting off the seat. And I'm like, I guess I'll just snatch one for these chairs. I'll go to snatch a chair, and they held it. Snatched it. I'm like, fuck. I went around and walked up the highway the way most of us are supposed to. And I was so embarrassed, man. Then I came back, and Harley goes, you want to try it again tomorrow? Oh, man. But, yeah, and there's a whole lot that I wouldn't say, but I want to bring our mystery guest in, and y'all still gonna have to guess. Most of y'all will, but it's the last thing I want to say on that. It was a 4-week. It was 30 days. 28 of them were working, and I had the best time in the world. A lot of the guys were hating it because it was a month-long tour, working 28 of the 30 days. And they'd go get their food and go back to the room to stay in the room till the next night of the show. I'd be out in their little bar spots and drinking spots. And it's hard in Japan, but now, I don't know about now, but I'm talking about in 1985 when I was there. They got what they call the Americans call gaijins. And some of the American wrestlers will know this, but not all the American wrestlers will. So maybe if you get to go to Japan, our mystery guest will let you know if it's still like that. I haven't been now in about 5 years. But so I was out every night bringing in the culture. Accidentally ended up with some bike because a lot of bicycling over there, because there's so many people. That was another thing that I saw that time that I thought was amazing. Because they respect it and they don't dishonor or ruin the luxury of having this. If you're in a hurry, and again, our Mr. Guest can confirm this or correct it. If you flash your lights, and you got to, it's 3 lanes of traffic is what I saw going one, this way over there. It's 3 lanes, but this car's got its lights blinking, and everybody parks between the 2 lanes so that they can go right up the middle. Usually, because it indicates they have an emergency or they really need to rush. I thought, shit, try that in New York City. try that in LA. Anywhere, Chicago, Houston, anywhere. But and also it is very helpful on the back streets. They have mirrors, the big old mirrors, for where you can see cars coming from the other direction. How long do you think it'd take for somebody had a beer bottle up in that mirror, over here in America? So it was all these cultural changes, and I adapted to it well. I think they saw that because they, at one point later, further down, like 20 years I'd been going, they honored me a lot. And it's like I was talking with somebody earlier. It's like they feel like they watched the baby grow. They helped me grow into a big star at WWE, and which was very nice. But all in all, another thing, this was a big shock in wrestling, and this is where our mystery guest corrected me last night, but I'll let him do it for y'all so you get the benefit of this. When you go to, of course, now, not back then we didn't have the internet. That's how old we are. Now they can watch Japan wrestling and see how it is different. Back then you couldn't do that. So I was the first match on the first show. So I was like, God, man, I must be boring the hell out of them because they don't respond. It's like they what we call pops like twice during that match. I had done something and they do everything over there. That's where I learned half my stuff that I did here in America. I All right, Mystery, about to bring you in. I'm sorry. But they don't clap and cheer all through the match. And I thought it was because they've been watching so long. They watched the new boys training as they're coming into the building. So they're used to everything. And Mr. Guest said, no, that's not it. And up till yesterday, I thought that's what it was about. But he told what it is. We'll get him on. In fact, right now, can we bring in the one, the only, the great mystery guest?
How are you guys?
Doing all right, man. Did you hear the opening?
I did. And you're right about a lot of things. And the reason that I corrected you last night is because
I appreciated.
In Japan, it's just a whole different way. They're silent and they don't cheer and go crazy like here because they really try to focus on the match. They try to watch it. They just sit there and they try to see every move that's made, things like that. And it's not whether they want to cheer or not. It's just that everybody's different. They're just different people. It's like in America. I mean, like when we trained, like the guys here. I mean, it's pretty easy. It's not regimental. It's pretty much just does calisthenics and get in the ring, drop down, whatever. But in Japan, it's a military format. It's like everything is just like, when you walk in. I mean, when I start my first day there, they tried to kill me. They were 1,000 squats and then the jump squats 1,000. And your legs can't take it, so they just beat you down right away, take away everything from you, your pride, everything. And it's a whole different world. They want you to have that respect.
Right.
And they want you to learn what they did.
That's what Japan. That's what I loved about it so much. Such respectful people, hardworking. We got a picture with me and Coco. I don't know if you'll recognize it, my mystery guest, because there's probably 100 of them. But it's like an underground mall, all underground. There it is. And me and Coco went around that day and were getting some things and just send home or bring home. Mementos, I think they call them, or the Hispanics thing. But anyway, it's that mall there. You certainly didn't recognize it from that picture, but is there a lot of those in Japan?
Yeah, I mean it's not really a mall. It's the subways. They have all that shopping down there, everything, and it's connected to the subways. It's connected to all the trains down there, everything. Yeah. It's all because you got to remember that there's very small portion of land in Japan.
Yeah,
there's over 1 million people there, so you're talking a lot of land. I mean, not a lot of land, and a lot of people.
A lot of people and a little land, and they're building upwards or downwards.
Yeah, both. They go whatever way is best. But they're probably like the most dedicated people to whatever they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, put that picture back up, Savage, if you don't mind. See how it goes down to the end there, mystery guest?
Yes.
And then down there was like another, take a right or a left, and then another big thing like that. It's just store after store, restaurant after restaurant. Coco and I, Coco Beware, for y'all that don't know, it's the Birdman. That we had. I got a story to tell y'all later on that.
It's a whole different world there. I mean, we had the best times there, right?
Yeah.
You went to Rivera Steakhouse. You had
that's another thing. That might be at Rivera's because he's got two places now.
Well, I think most of the guys they all go to Rivera's, but the thing is that they miss home, so they want to go to like the American restaurant. So you know what they have there? Pizza Hut. They have Pizza Hut. They have Shakey's Pizza. They have everything you can imagine. Shakey's Pizza. I mean, that's probably the only place they still have it.
That's crazy. Put that back up, Savage, for a second, if you don't mind. I want to see who all. There's Sato over. Is that
Yep.
Sato? I got
Yeah,
my
and right
glasses.
next to him, Yoshiaki.
Oh,
He
is that who
was,
that is?
yeah, Yoshiaki, and
Haku.
he Haku. Where's Haku? I don't see him.
I don't know
I
if
see
that's
Satasan. Satasan there, and who else?
Coco. I think I'm not sure. The guy in the white shirt. I can't tell from just that shot. Sean and I were there. Jeff Jarrett across.
What's sitting next to Sato is Yoshiaki. Yeah, Yoshiaki. He was like
Okay.
the amateur wrestler Olympian there.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
we had a great time there. I tell you that. Drinking the sake, and but let me tell a quick story. Or turn it back to one more time, Savage, please. See Jeff right there across from Sean, me, Coco, side by side. This was at the restaurant, and then after this was over, after the show, met one service guy that was from America. I can't think of his name right now. We still stay in touch. We met there at the American in service station there, I guess. And the four of us over here, me and Coco and Sean and Jeff, we all hung out afterwards looking for a place, a little, corner bar, because they have them. They're small. There's like, maybe 10 people, 12 people. You remember the one that Andre, where his girlfriend worked there, that was with the airline, Japanese airline?
Mm-hmm.
JP Airline? Or
you got to remember, Roppongi has like sky, like, and you see New York buildings, right? The towers, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
They have buildings that are that tall, dedicated to only bars. There's no office.
Well,
it's all bars.
I went there one night too, and had already been drinking before we found the bar. So I Roppongi, all I remember was club after club after club. I woke up the next day in some girl's place with no furniture but a rice paddy bed flat on the floor that we were sleeping on. I woke up and looked around, and only my shoes were at the door. I mean, I was like, why are my shoes at the door when there's no furniture? But man, I got up and tried to wake her up, but she was sleeping so good, I just left her alone. And you know how hard that is for Americans in Japan. It's kind of frowned on, where the Japan. I don't know about now. You could probably update me on that, but they frowned on the girls if they were going with what they call gaijins. Americans are called gaijins. They didn't like that. Sort of like how America used to be with white chicks with black guys. It was sort of like that with Americans and with the Japanese. So you had to be sneaky, especially to get them to your room. The fact that the Tobu Takanawa or whatever it was, there was a side door. We had to make Tim Horner and I, if y'all remember him, he was just way back. But he and I had to sneak a couple girls in the side emergency door to come to the rooms because they couldn't go through the lobby to the rooms. That wasn't allowed. Is that still that way, Pat? Uh-oh.
Yeah, pretty much.
I gotta try to cover that. That's the bus that we took for, I don't know, 4 weeks, 28 days out of 30. The driver, what was so funny, I have a picture of him somewhere holding up, he's doing like this, 3 fingers, because he got 3 speeding tickets on that tour. And after the third one, I asked him, like, why do you keep speeding? He's got 3 tickets. He goes, because I was told Americans want to be somewhere fast. So he ended up getting 3 tickets over that. And it was a hell of an experience with the change and everything. Oh, I know what I wanted to tell you was about the back to the 4 of us. We're looking around the clubs, to find somewhere to drink and party, hang out. I would jump subject, mystery guy every so often. When they took us to the Playboy Club there, where the girls got the bunny sort of like the American ones. And I thought, well, that's cool. They got that here. You know, I wonder if, you know, can they get in trouble for that? I didn't know Hugh Hefner actually did own those in several parts of the world. He had like 4 or 5 of them, and that was one of them. I didn't even know that, but that was a good time. But so back to that night, we're looking around for something to do, and they have it. Imagine this. This is like going back to the 50s and 60s in America, where you could say whites only. On the doors of these different places, no guy jeans. Right there was like, oh, shit, we can't even go. So we finally went in, and they kind of frowned at us and shaking their head no. So we didn't even go all the way in, which we didn't see a sign, you know, that said no guy jeans. And we started to leave, and a dude opens the door. He goes, "Hey, American wrestlers." And we're like, "Yeah." He goes, "Come on." And so we're like, "Yes." And we had stopped at one of them little corner places and got a couple pints or whatever they are over there, in not pints, quarts in each hand. Which we got 8 of them. Each of us got 2 because we didn't find anywhere. We would just drink until we got back to the room, walking around. And so we would get in, but we had our drinks, and they said, "Oh, give us, we'll put it nice." And they kept it cold for us to serve us our own drink. And so at the end of the night, we were leaving, and you know, as far as regular restaurants or whatever, you know, not just Japan, but a lot of countries don't know what they don't tip. And as far as we knew, that was the way it was in Japan. So we just left, and as we're leaving, the guy he yells, he goes, "Oh no, you no tip!" And we're like, "No, we're allowed to." If it was going to break custom. So we all gave 10,000 yen, which is Mr. Guess, how much is that?
$100.
$100, like $100 bills, 10,000 yen, and the 4 of us. So we left $400 American dollars there, and but it was worth it. The guy said, "Oh, you pay by good time. You have good time. You tip how much good time you have. Better time, better tip." So we felt bad. We didn't know that. Never heard that before. So we're sitting outside talking about it. You know, man, we got to learn shit before we keep screwing up. And the guy comes back out and hugs the lady goodbye that owned it. And we're all looking, and I forgot, you know, Sean, or Coco or Sean, one of them yelled up, "Oh, so you know the owner, so you ripped us off." "Oh, no. And he was trying to be nice. And Sean and Jeff walked on the way. I was waiting on Coco, but he wanted to tell the guy, "Come on now, come on, walk with us." And I'm like, "Why you want to walk with him when he's just we feel like he just ripped us off?" And Coco's got his arm around him, patting him like, yeah, come on, walk with us a little ways. I was like, what the hell is Coco doing? And those underground stairs, like in New York City, to go down to the underground terraces, or most of the time to a train, a subway, but this one was to apartments underneath the ground. And as we going past the stairs, Coco kicked the guy in his ass down the stairs, and you could see the guy heels fly by, and then he's in the hole there, and I'm running over, and the guy hit the bottom 3 steps. He went from the top of like 15 steps to he hit Coco kicked him so hard he landed on his last 3 steps, and sitting there going, "Oh!" And I'm like, "Fuck, Coco, just go help him up. You probably broke his back or neck." And Coco didn't really care, but because I went ahead down and wanted to help the guy back to his feet, but he was, me and Coco helped him up, got his feet, and Coco says, "You give money back." And I'm like, well, but the guy opened his jacket inside. He pulled out a thick envelope of 10,000 yens, and he counted out 4 and handed him Coco. He goes, "No, more." I'm like, "Coco, now we're robbing him. We can't get more than what we asked for." And Coco, he pulled out 4 more. And so now I felt like I didn't want that because we robbed him now. And we left. we're all walking. We get back to the hotel, split up the 10,000 or the $100. We just say the $100 bill. We split them up. Next morning, I get a call from Coco. He says, "Hey, I need you to come get the money back." And I was like, "No, you ain't hustling me, brother. You don't need it back." He goes, "No, Sato's in the lobby. We got to go see him right now." And Haku was down there too. And Sean and Jeff, they just, they didn't care, just threw the money. And he said, "No, we got to go downstairs and talk with Sato." And as we got down there, Haku was there to, Sato is pretty good with English, but Haku was just there to keep everything calm, I guess. And you're going to be calm around Haku, promise you. But he wasn't mad at us. He was just there to, if we didn't understand, tradition there or whatever. Sato said, "Now here's where my gat luck comes in." Rubbed off on Coco. Mr. Guess, how many people? There's more than 1 million in Tokyo. In Tokyo alone.
Absolutely.
Several million. Several million people. What's the odds of getting picking one person out of the back streets of Tokyo that kicked downstairs and then robbed, basically, was the vice president of Sony? Mr. Guest was telling me that those were a lot of Japanese mafia guys that run Sony or whatever. But so Sato tells us that's who that was, and we're like, he explains a big thick wad of hundreds in his pocket, and Haku says, "Oh, it's okay. He's not pressed charges." Well, Haku don't talk like that, but I mean, he's more Americanized with speaking. But he was just telling us that the guy took advantage of us not knowing customs. And so that's the reason that Haku cleared it up with him. And again, Haku, I think Haku, mystery guest, do you know this? Haku was like the bodyguard for the emperor or whatever it is in Japan.
Yes. And he also is a sumo wrestler.
Haku
One
was
of the baddest. Absolutely.
I knew not Yoko, Big Earthquake was.
Yes. So, but Haku was definitely a Yakuza. So, I mean, Yokozuna. So.
Yeah. I was about to say Yoko was too, but I think that was just a character they threw on him.
But Yokozuna is the champion. So.
Yeah.
That's the name of a champion for sumo, right?
Yeah.
So, you know that that Haku was.
I didn't know he was a champion. I knew he was a badass martial artist. I've seen him use his feet more than he uses his hands.
Hey, well, listen, man. I got to run here in a minute, man. I mean,
it's okay. We do too, because we got to end it right at 7.
Yeah, man. But listen,
You got it, bro. All right.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you for coming on.
All right. You take care. I will talk to you guys soon.
All right. I love you, my brother. All right. Bye. All right. So, Savvy, I'm so scared to say any names now. I messed up our damn quiz. Yeah, that's Robert Gibson and I went over. That's not the last time I was in Japan, but next to last. And Robert and I tagged up the whole tour. I think it was like 3 weeks, maybe. And I think we were called the Rockin' Rockers tag team. They made shirts for us. I don't know if you got that picture or not. We had a great time, Robert and I. How much time we got, Mr. Savage? There it is. There's that shirt. There's the shirts they made for us. The Rockin' Rockers. That was it. And I wanted to say on that picture on the left, coming back, I don't know if the airport right there is in Tokyo. I should have asked our mystery guest what that airport's called. We'll have to do a part 2 because we got so much stuff lined up for the show, but we got the time constraints. So usually we can go over an hour. We've gone as much as 90 minutes before, or 89.
You probably landed in Tokyo every time you went to Japan, though.
Yeah, when we went over there. This was on the way back because we were hanging around the airport, and you don't know that I was an American, or could I be European? I wouldn't know if he's a Nigerian or wherever he could be. But the fact I had the Braves jersey on, that he had the St. Louis, we gravitated towards each other right there because of those baseball
automatic
jerseys.
connection. Automatic.
Yeah,
connection.
went over. So you're American? He goes, yeah, I live in St. Louis. I said, yeah, I'm right outside Atlanta. And it was like we sat there and cut up and laughed about the stuff we'd just seen in Japan.
Cool.
What I say? I mean, I don't mean making fun of him. Just laughed at the differences, because
I found this picture online. I don't know if you remember seeing this one recently.
Yeah, that's the guy I was talking about earlier. The guy, the American, the guy sitting there. I can't remember his name. Shit, sorry, brother, if you're watching. We still stay in touch. I meet so many people, the names start, disappearing. The faces remain the same, but the name changes.
Who's that on the right? Is that Jeff Jarrett?
Well, my left, our left, I guess.
No, you're right. The guy right next to you, is that Jeff Jarrett?
Yeah, that's Jeff Jarrett.
Oh,
Double
wow,
J back then.
So young there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This would have been 1990-ish.
Now, the guy to the left, is that the vice president of Sony that you robbed?
No, I think that was the owner of that club who was out.
Okay. You didn't rob him, though, right?
No, I didn't. I didn't rob anybody to start with, but I accepted some of the cash. I'm trying to see who that is in the back.
This girl on the left, did you meet her in Japan, too?
No, that is an American girl that I trained at my school in Tallahassee.
Okay.
I started the training with her, and then WWE grabbed her and took her to Atlanta. And I knew the first day with teaching her how to lock up and stuff, she was a natural. I knew she was going to do good. And she did real well until she ran into some problems that I'm not going to mention. But I would just say, and there's backstory to that, but I'm going to say who y'all can figure out who it is. I would say that she used to walk Scott Steiner to the ring in, what was it called back then, TNA.
Okay.
And she was doing really good, and then she tried to shortcut it. I told her, I said, no, don't do that. You'll be more respected. Work your way up. Don't shortcut it by getting with the people in charge. I'm not going to say names. At WWE, the reason they let her go because I'm not even going to get into all that because I still confused.
Instead, tell me what's going on. Is this in Japan?
Oh no! I want to talk about the significance of
this
me sending that picture to you. Besides the fact that I trained her.
Okay.
I got the rookie thing honors. As the first male that'd been over in Japan the rookie season. And she got called over first girl her rookie season.
Wow.
So I didn't think much of it. I didn't even know that. And she called me and she goes, wow, you must have been really popular in Japan. I said, yeah, kind of. and they said, she said, well, because when I got there, they make you do a press conference. I said, I know the customs. And she said, and nobody was paying attention to me. Then I told them I was trained by you, and they went crazy. Started throwing ribbons at me, which to explain what that in Japan, when they like you a lot, they have ribbons they throw at you. The first time it happened, I thought they threw it with Harley. I tagged with Harley. They were throwing them, and I'm like, what are they throwing toilet paper at us? And it's like this wide. They got little asses. And he's like, it's how much you're over, kid. You got one streamer over there. One, he got about 50. You got to clean the ring before you can wrestle. But so she said she didn't know that custom yet. She goes, I said your name. They all started cheering and whoa, Marty, Marty, and then they were throwing things at me. I said streamer. She goes, yeah. And I said that's the custom there. When they like you or they like you get over with them. She goes, well, that got me over just saying that you trained me. And because I did get pretty popular in Japan, probably more so than America. That Germany and Japan are like my best places. England, pretty good too. It seems like America's last on the list, as usual, my home. I mean, I can go anywhere in the country and people are like, hey, yeah, I love you. But I come home to Columbus, Georgia, where I was born and raised, and nothing.
So what you're saying is you're like David Hasselhoff.
I don't know what he's like.
Well, David Hasselhoff, the guy from Baywatch.
I know who it is. Yeah.
He's a god in Germany. Like in Germany,
Oh,
he's like,
yeah. Well, that last name, how can you not be?
Yeah.
And what was that called? Baywatch. That shit's still all over the place around the country. But yeah, sort of like that. I mean, Japan felt like they watched me grow, so like they're the ones that incubated me. And what am I? Egg? What's an incubator?
Yeah, why not? We're all eggs at some point.
Right. The small ones, very small at first.
Well,
but
actually,
they
semen, then the egg, and yeah.
We got how many minutes we got left?
You got enough time to tell me about this?
That is oh shoot, I should have got a message. We'll cover it in part 2. Yeah. That was my first time over in Japan. Let me see, was that that was the second time over, because Tim Horner, for y'all that remember him, I got a great story with that too. And I'll just roll with the story right here. If we don't get the other slides and the books, I wanted to show the Japanese books.
That's what part 2 is for.
Okay, and maybe we'll do that next week. I know we got a. Well, we might.
I think you have another mystery guest next week.
Yeah, we got another mystery guest next week. All right, go back so I'll help me remember the story. This was, I don't know, one of the smaller shows. As you can see, it's sort of like the Manhattan Center was for Monday Night Raw, a double deck place, but probably only held 1,000, 1,500 people, maybe 2,000. But yeah, Tim Horner, the guy holding his leg down, and that's a champion right there, Tenaru. And I'm jumping over to splash the leg. And what I wanted to say, the story that reminded me of, Tim Horner, for y'all that might not remember him, he wrestled with the NWA way back. Him and Bob Brad Armstrong were a team, and he was called White Lightning. And Tim Horner was a very good guy. I hope he's doing well. Tim, if get in touch with me if you're out there and you hear this. Haven't heard, we haven't touched base in a long ass time. Don't see you at any convention, so I don't even know if you do those. Last I knew, Tim was getting a couple Subways going. Subway, the sandwich place, which tells you how good they are. Because Tim's a wholesome, real good guy. And I'm sure he's doing well. I'd love to get back in touch with him. Anybody out there can hook that up. Thank you. Tim, me, on that tour, Harley, Tim Horner is the name, White Lightning, Tim Horner. He's the one that pinned, first person to ever pin Hawk on TV or at all in a single match. And, so he was fresh off that TV, and they see everything in Japan. So he was popular right away when he got off the bus because, you beat Hawk. They and the Road Warriors were Godzilla over there. And they just, Road Warriors, you couldn't get more over. Did you think they were over here in America? Should have seen them in Japan. They couldn't keep streamers. I mean, shit. They were to get buried. But so we went to this place to eat, and while we were in there, some lady comes in and says, star in Japan, star actress, superstar in Japan, their top lady actor. She comes in and she looks around and says, oh, it's American wrestlers. We're kind of dispersed around. Kerry Von Erich was one place with a couple of guys. I was sitting with Harley. Who else? Killer Tim Brooks, for y'all remember him, great guy. Him, and I don't remember who else. I just know when the lady came in and she goes, oh, American wrestlers, I love y'all. And I remember saying, are you just saying that? Or because she was pretty, I'm gonna talk. Are you just saying that, or do you mean it? And she walked over to Kerry Von Erich. She goes, Kerry Von Erich, Killer Tim Brooks, pointed at me. You are Marty Jannetty. And then she looked at Harley, because he didn't turn around. We're at the bar thing eating. He didn't turn around. She walked over, looked at him, and she goes, oh, I don't recognize you. I'm like, oh, shit. oh, shit. But he just shrugged it off. He didn't say a damn word. And so they came. I think he must have known already. That they were, because he already.
Sure he's probably focused on his meal, bro.
Well, no, he's a mega star over there, like the Road Warriors were.
Yeah. Maybe she was ribbing him.
Yeah. So they come up to us and tell us, "Don't move. We're going to shoot it's a gangster scene for a movie." That's what the girl was there for, and we're like, "Okay, we'll be in the background or whatever." So they go out and they're getting ready to shoot. Harley says, "Come on, kid," and I'm like, "We can't move. You just come with me," right? So I got no choice. All right, I ain't even done eating or drinking. All right, let's go. There's two doors there. Harley pushes the one open. It's just as they're getting ready to start filming too. And the city had heard about their filming the show, so they got a fence blocking that off, and there was hundreds of people there to watch the filming of that. And Harley busts through the doors, and they just started, "Oh, Harley, Harley, Harley." And he looks at me and goes, "Who's the star now?"
Nice.
I thought we was going to get in trouble for busting through the doors. But when the whole place started chanting his name, I'm like,
yeah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
This has been a good episode, and we still have a lot to talk about. We're going to make a part 2 because I want to know more about this Terry Funk picture.
Yeah, that was in Japan. That was all right. I'll tell this real quick. Terry Funk, the Tenaru, the other guy that was splashing the leg, and I think Giant Baba, he was like 7'1" monster. His name was Giant Baba. A lot of old timers will know who he is because he was pretty popular. He was on one time. It was a 6-man tag. It was me, Harley Race, and I think Ricky Toshu Ricky, which was their badass world champion, legit shoot fighter. I forgot what to say. Oh, there was so it was a 6-man tag, 3 world champions on that side, 2 on my side, and me. And so they came and said, "Marty," I said, "I already know. I already know who y'all are beating. 5 world champions and me. I'm just first time over." And I still made a decent showing, but of course, beating me, I didn't even have to give me the finish. I already know what it is. But yeah, it ended up being a great 6-man tag match. And what was that last picture you saw? It reminded me of something.
With Harley Race and you and Sean.
Oh yeah, that was probably not the one with Sean. That was probably 1990. Just because I don't think him and I went again to Japan. That was it for me and him together.
I hope when you were in Japan, you took some time to see the sights, and I know you were
spending
a lot of time fighting the wrestlers, but look how
our Mr. Guest would love to have seen all this.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get that on here for
we'll get that because he can name every one of those.
I just wanted to show some of the beauty of Japan before we end the episode, because if you don't know, Japan
is beautiful,
gorgeous.
It's different, it's peaceful.
Look at these pictures.
Yeah,
it's on my bucket list. Maybe we can go back
that's
together.
What the whole downtown looks like. I mean, blocks and blocks and blocks of that. They love them flashing lights and lights.
Yeah. Maybe I think me and you need to do a trip to Japan together.
I can try to arrange that. I mean, I'm still in good standing. At least I'm still in good standings with some people.
I wonder if we could go do something with New Japan. That would be crazy.
I'm sure I can arrange that. I can't wrestle.
Look at this. I would love to just see this in person. Look at that.
Such peaceful, like Zen areas in that
beautiful,
thing.
Gorgeous.
I actually did some meditation in one of them.
So Tanaka was born and raised in Japan?
Pat, who's that?
Your friend.
Oh yeah, he's born and raised there, and he trained there. He knows the customs. When we get our mystery guest back, that's something I wanted to do with him again.
Did you ever get beat up with bamboo sticks?
No. I've never been to Taiwan. Our mystery guest had, and he got caught with something he shouldn't have had, and they caned him. They cane you. They actually are legal. It's legal to cane. That's your punishment.
Well,
they
caned the show, Mike, would you like to see a picture of Miss Japan 2024?
Yes, I would. Maybe I know her. No, I don't know her. Hold on, let me get a good look at this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess she was born in Japan. Looks pretty American to me, but yeah, this is Miss Japan 2020.
She's real light. She does have the eyes, but maybe she's a mixture of American and Japanese.
Nonetheless, congratulations to her, Miss Japan
2024. Yeah, hopefully meet you one day.
Maybe. But Marty, you want to say anything to your fans before we call it a night?
Yeah, anyone wanting to try to contact me personally, go to Facebook. It'll be the Marty Jannetty with the picture in front of a barbershop window, if you can imagine that. And contact me there. If I don't have room to accept a friend request, you can always follow, and I'll get you in as soon as I can. When space opens up. But we can still communicate through messaging. You still should be able.
That's what the page looks like. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's
with the
barbershop picture right there.
Yeah, in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
But that was in America, but it's in the Puerto Rico part of New Orleans. But yeah. So if anybody wanting to contact me and with any ideas or just want to say hi or whatever, hit me up on my Facebook. I do have a Twitter and a what's the other, Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't hardly go to those, so I don't have time for all of them. So Facebook has been my mainstay. So you hit me up there, and anybody might want to have ideas for guests that you can contact that I can't. Just let me know. Go to Facebook and go to my site there. I think I don't even know if it's Marty Jannetty one or MJ in the House or MJ. I don't know. But you'll just search my name and see that one. Savage just showed, and that's you can contact me through there. I think you can either message or leave messages out in the open. Either way, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So other than that, you got anything you want to promote or say, Savage? Oh, tell them where to get the t-shirts.
Oh, yeah, you can go on over right on the YouTube page, directly on the YouTube page. Marty Jannetty has a shop now right on the page. You can see all the merchandise there. It's much more than just t-shirts. I mean, there's a lot of different merch. I'm talking about book bags, fanny packs. There's teddy bears, for Christ's sakes. It's very cool.
Yeah, and we're gonna try to get K-pop crazy in there on it. Some of that stuff. Because like I said, you can get anything you want custom made, and at half the price you'll buy it anywhere else.
This is directly on the YouTube page itself, and then on the YouTube page you have all the different links there, so you can go to K-pop crazy. You can find Marty on Facebook. You don't have to look for it. The links are all there. We make it easy for you here on Marty's YouTube page. And on his YouTube page, you can see all the different merchandise: teddy bears, hats, mugs, thermoses. Maybe you have a baby that was just born. Boom, right here. What's better than the Party with Marty collection for your little baby?
Yeah. All right. So, we're going to wrap it up here. And don't forget, Savage has got a show. Remind the show again.
Oh, yeah. Wrestling with Savage. Just go to my channel. I go live 4 times a week. Wrestling with Savage on YouTube. And you can catch me on the independent circuits. And Marty, I might have some breaking news in a couple of weeks. I have an audition for one of the 3 big wrestling companies coming up. So.
Oh, good. Great. Keep us posted on that.
Let's pray.
All right. And if whatever I forgot to tell you today, I did want to apologize for last week with the gun. Looking like I was on crack. But yeah, and I explained earlier on this that it was trying to hide his teeth till I get the bridge in there and fix them. So other than that, like I said, hit me up on Facebook, hit Savage up on Facebook, under Greek Savage.
Yeah.
And get with us. And let me see if I'm trying to see if I forget something. Probably did, but I'll hit it next week. So for all of you out there in Media Land, I guess we'll call it, we're glad you stopped by and can't look forward to seeing you again. Or can't look forward to what the hell am I saying? Looking forward to seeing you again. The hell did I say the first time? So from here with Savage, we want to see you next week. Same damn time, same damn place. See you.
We're out of here.
We're here to party with Marty.
gas, you gotta get it, put it in you.
I'm not gay.
Give it. Nah, man, I'm out of gas.